you go. Yeah, it's close.
Okay. Hello, people. It's me, new to this YouTube thing, into like, the spiritual world and, all that stuff. So, this Sunday, well, last Sunday, I had a tarot reading and it was like, really mind opening and like, so I'm just trying to like experience like a new thing in my life. So, what was the guy named, Elijah?
Terra Illumination.
Terra Illumination was the guy on YouTube that we found on live randomly. So yeah, we did that with my boyfriend, and we did a tarot reading. We did a super chat for $5, and he did a good reading. And so far, this is my first channel, and I want to like every time I do a reading, I want to like show you guys and tell you guys everything that I experienced and then how it affected me and what I did to make it change in my life, because like it really affected me. So the important part in the tarot reading that I had is like he said my communication was a problem, and like I've been growing up with that, like communication. I remember my grandma used to tell me, pick my head up, look up, you're strong, you're good. And then now I have a good relationship like that's been for 5 years, and like I have sometimes communication problems that kind of messes up with things that's problems people have with relationships. Everybody gets them, but me, I'm always like it's just hard sometimes to communicate, but I'm working on it and it's getting better and it's gonna get better. And I'm just gonna do my best for me so I can understand myself and what I have to do for me. Even if I wasn't in a relationship, I still have to understand why and what I can do to make myself better. And our new mom, she's not in here right now. She's sleeping, and I have a little boy. He's 2. But yeah, so you're gonna experience everything on my YouTube. If you wanna watch it, you can. You can if you can, or whatever. You can watch it, or you don't have to. Doesn't matter. But yeah, so right now, you can go in the link my worth, and people know my worth as me being the empress. And and it's funny because my boyfriend, he did a tarot reading too, and he pulled that was my first card that I pulled, was the empress, and he pulled the same card too. So that was, and like it was totally different day, totally different month, and a different tarot reading too, not the same person. And he pulled the same card, first card, and then months later, different person who did the reading. That was my card that he pulled. That it's crazy, but yeah. So we can get more into that later on in different videos. But right now, that's how I'm going to end it, because my daughter's crying.
All right, Tamika. I hope you're still here. I hope you didn't fall asleep already. Oh, hey, Tamika, are you here? If you're still here, please could you type it in the screen? I know we've been going for a long time. Okay? After Tamika, we have Melanie. And that will be the end of the show. Right now, we've got Tamika. Tamika, are you still here? If you're not here, you ended up falling asleep or you had to go to work or something. Oh, there you are. Okay, it says, my birthday is May 12th, 1992. And how can I improve myself with communication? Am I on the right path in life? And what about my love life? Oh, wow. May 12th. So you're a deep Taurus. 1992. Well, I can't do too much astrology right now, but okay, I'll do one thing for you. I'll do a little micro astrodoodle for you. Birthday is May 12th, so we're just going to declare that you're a Taurus sun. So I'm just going to do one little thing here. Now, I don't know much about the rest of your astrology. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, if you don't know. But let's just put you on the horizon. Let's just say that you are a Taurus. Okay? And the sun is here. What I can tell you, PrettyMeika, is that there's a whole ton of stuff going on out there. There's all the Capricorn energy. Okay, that's Capricorn up here. Virgo energy is over here. But anyway, okay. So, I mean, this chart could look like this, or this, or this, or this, or this, but from what you're telling me, you're basically a Taurus. Now, the thing that jumped out at me immediately is, please understand that all Taurus people, I see your notes there, I see it, I got your notes, I see it. Right now, Uranus is over here at about 10 degrees, okay? 1992, let me just get my, sorry, I'm not very good at math in my head. So I just want to do something here. Hold on. Sorry, give me a second, sorry. 2 minus 9, 10 equals. Okay, so you're roughly 28 years old, okay? So PrettyMeika, you're sort of coming up into your Saturn return. So there's a very high probability that you have Saturn in Aquarius, okay? Okay. My guess is that you've got Saturn in Aquarius somewhere like this. And if you're really concerned about communications, I don't know, you might have like a element over here in Cancer, or perhaps up here in Capricorn, I'm not sure. But here's the thing that's jumping out at me, like if you're born in 1992, I'm not going to pull up a big astrology thing right now because that's a whole pile of work. It takes way too long. But all Taurus people are dealing with the influence of Uranus in Taurus right now. It's roughly a 7-year journey. We've already been going at least a year and a half. So we've got at least another 5 years to go. Now you are born May the 12th. So in a few years from now, Uranus is going to be sitting right on top of your sun. And Uranus has the energy of like miracles, spontaneity, disruption, radical shifts and changes and upheavals. And it's all for your evolutionary benefits. Next, if you're born in 1992, okay, let me just put your name here so that we know. We can see it on the screen. Okay, hold on. It's yours. Okay, so if you're in 1992, you're about 28 years old, so you're coming closer and closer and closer to your Saturn return, which is going to be around the age of 29 and a half. So my guess it's going to be somewhere in here with Saturn in Aquarius. So Aquarius energy is ruled by Uranus. Uranus is going to be impacting you. So this could be kind of a really zany period of time for you. I'm thinking around the year 2021 and a half, 2022 is when you're really going to feel it. Okay? So to me it feels like you, PrettyMeika, are doing everything you can right now to get ahead of the curve. I haven't even pulled cards yet for you. You're concerned about communications, your ability to communicate, which means not only being able to communicate, but being understood by others and the ability for others to understand you. Okay? So communication goes both ways. And that's the thing that jumped out to me most about your notes. What jumped out at me most of all is your desire for other people to understand you. Okay, that happens through communication, and your desire to understand other people, and that happens through the experience of communication. So if we spent a lot of time going through your astrology, looking into your charts, we could figure all that stuff out. But for tonight, let's keep it really, really simple. Let's just see what the message is for you tonight regarding, you said love, health, career, and everything, but I'm sensing communications, okay? I'm just going to clear this up. It's time for a refreshment. Did anybody notice that? Yeah, it is. It's time. It's that time. Here we go. Cheers, Tarot Lumination. Well done. Thank you, PrettyMeika. This is for you. I raise my glass. Thank you, PrettyMeika. Let's do what we can. I hope this reading helps you. Take care. All right. I don't know why I picked up particularly on communications, but I have a feeling that it's... I don't think you would have put it in your notes unless it was important for you. Communications are so fundamental to the experience of life in a way that actually works. In other words, you have to understand the power of words. You have to understand the power of your mind. Every word has significance. Every word that you utter, every word has tone. It has, like, in other words, you could say, screw you in a very light-hearted way, but someone else could take it very badly. Or you could say, like, oh, I love you. I see you, man. Okay, cheers, love you, bye. You could do something like that, and someone else could interpret that like, oh my God, PrettyMeika loves me. But you could have just been doing it because it's just a habit. So you have to be very aware of the power of words and what you communicate. You know, in other words, okay, here's another way to look at it. This is just me indulging now. Okay, so PrettyMeika, since I really picked up on the communications aspect, let's just put this down in your recording as a bedrock piece of like information, okay? Please understand, you have to be aware of what you say, when you say it, how you say it, where you say it, who you say it to, and why you say it. There's 6 things. Who, what, when, why, where, how. Okay? Be aware of all of those things in your communications, especially before you communicate. And when someone communicates with you, be prepared to filter everything a bit before you react. So in other words, it's so easy in communications to get stuck into this thing of action, reaction. He said this, she said that. She said this, he said that. Blah, da, 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 without any filtering. But if you give yourself what I think of as like the 10-second rule, you allow, in other words, say somebody says something to you, and maybe it really hurt you here. You can, instead of going like, well, fuck you. Oh, no, fuck you. No, I'm sorry, excuse me, fuck you. No, you said it right, no, fuck you. Instead, you kind of go, like someone really, let's say somebody really hurts you with their words. You could go like, okay, well, I know what you're saying. Give yourself a moment to truly digest and understand what are they trying to communicate to you? What is their real message? Are they coming from reflex behavior or are they coming from heart? So you have to be so careful with communications because they happen so fast. It's Mercury. Da, 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 da. So, especially Mercury retrograde right now. So, my feeling is understand what communication really, really is. Go back to what I said. Who, what, when, why, where, how. Think about that. Think about that. Okay, let's do your reading. Tamika just had a baby. Oh my God. Oh my God. Amazing. Congrats on the new baby. It must, if it's very recent, it must have been an eclipse baby. Close enough. Oh my gosh. You've given birth to a child in one of the most monumental times in history in terms of astrology for hundreds, if not thousands of years, okay? Wow. I would be very interested in the astrology of your baby, Tamika. Wow. Hey, Tamika, by the way, you've probably figured out there's a lot of amazing people who come here. There's a bunch of readers who come to this channel, and in all sorts of different ways. Some are psychics, some are mediums, some do cartomancy with cards. Some people are like clairvoyants, clairaudience. Some people are just clairsentient. Like Fritterly is very like hyper intelligent. What do you do with all that brain power? That's Fritterly's biggest problem. What do I do with all the brain power? It's a real problem. Anyway, Tamika, let's have a look. I kind of got on a rant there about communications, but Tamika, I really felt it very strongly, so I just kind of went with a roll, and I didn't even pull any cards yet. And now you're telling us on the screen you just had a little baby. Oh my gosh, she's 1 month old. Oh my God. Hey, Tamika, if your baby is 1 month old, I'm trying to dial back in terms of the astrology. We are 1 week into the, let's see, 1 month ago. Anyway, let's not worry about it right now. I'm sorry. I'm kind of like, my curiosity is sparked because of you've just brought a new little baby into the world at an extremely important time in human history. Here we are, cards are shuffled, here's the situation, here's the challenges, here's how we're going to handle it. I'm sensing that this is all about communications. Let's have a look. What's the weather like for you? Now, when I talk about the weather, I'm looking at this card, and typically what I do is I'm going to be pulling up this stuff. Right now, this is the weather tonight, according to a Lumination Astrodoodle. I don't think you were here earlier, Tamika, but I made this little note earlier. This is the weather tonight, the global weather regarding the astrology. So this is very challenging energy here. Okay, I don't want to go into it right now, but anyway, it's there. I just wanted to share that Astrodoodle with you. So let's have a look regarding communications. Okay, so you've got the Two of Pentacles here. So my feeling is that in a very, very physical way, I think what I was just talking about earlier about be careful about your communications, Tamika. Exactly what you say, how you say it, when you say it, where you say it, who you say it to, how, I can't remember how. Basically, here's the thing. Be very careful. Who, what, when, why, where, and how. Okay? Those 6 things are very, very important for you to understand in the world of communications. Okay? So, there you go. And so my feeling here is that the Two of Pentacles is making my message even louder. Okay? You have to be extremely aware about the impact of your words on other people and the impact of other people's words on you, because they do have energy, okay? And words can hurt. You could easily hurt someone with words. Someone could easily hurt you with words, and there could be a lot of emotional turbulence and upheaval. And so my feeling is that we're bringing things into physical awareness, like with the pentacles here. It makes me feel like it's time for you to understand and learn the physical impact of words. Like if somebody said something very harsh to you, you would feel it in your physical body. And then you would have to understand, like, well, why did they say that? Were they deliberately trying to hurt me, or was it because of their sloppy habits? Or if you hurt somebody. So it's very, very, very delicate balancing act. And my feeling is that in your world, Tamika, every word has to be measured. Every word that comes out of your mouth, including the tone, the volume. Like, in other words, it would be like, oh, honey, I love you so much. That's very different from like, oh, honey, I love you so much. Or like talking to the little kids or something like, literally the tone of the voice, the volume of the voice, the decision to withhold your voice, the decision to speak your voice, all of those things need to be accountable. It's like you need to be accountable for that. You need to hold yourself accountable for every word, every syllable that comes out of your mouth, because it has consequences, just like the law of attraction. And then you have to be aware of all the words that are coming at you from other people, like the boyfriend or the kid or the families and the relatives. And so that, with the Two of Pentacles, it's a very strong message for me to tell you it's time to become extremely aware of the actual physical impact and meaning of your words to others and others' words to you, so that you have a much higher understanding of communications. Okay, what's the situation itself? Okay, so you have the Empress here. So it makes me feel it's time for everybody here on the show, especially for Tarot Illumination, to basically say, by the way, Tamika, don't forget, you are a goddess. You are the source of fertility. You are the source of creativity. This new little baby could not have happened without you. Your little baby has meaning and purpose. It's here for a reason. Okay? You are the Earth Mother. You are the Earth Goddess. And my feeling is that it's really important that, like in earthly, physical, material terms, you understand what it really means. And especially when it comes to communications, that you are not to be messed with. In other words, you are not allowed to be sloppy or lazy with your communications to others, and other people are not allowed to be sloppy or lazy with their communications with you. You are a goddess. You have to be acknowledged and recognized as a goddess. You need to carry yourself as a goddess. I'm not talking about like a little selfish, arrogant diva. I'm talking about the energy of deep, deep womanhood, where you radiate the energy of womanhood in its purest sense. Like, from your womb came this baby. It's a really powerful card, okay? What's the problem here? Okay, so you might be a little bit stuck in the past, like wondering, like, okay, let's just say that you're young enough and smart enough to realize, like, there's something amazing, something miraculous about being a mother. Some women become mothers and they don't think anything about it. It's just like a reflex nerve action. In other words, oh, I got pregnant, I had a baby. Okay. With you, you can't do that. To me, it feels like you're on some kind of odyssey, some kind of journey to realize that it's an amazing thing. It's an absolutely biologically amazing thing that you can create another human being. And that's kind of a miracle. But it feels to me like it feels like you're stuck in a lot of like low frequency interpretations of love and relationship that make it very hard for you to like manifest this energy and be this glowing, radiant mother type person that you are. In other words, like over here with the Four of Cups, you might feel as though like I keep getting sucked back into like these like really low frequency types of energy to do with love and romance and relationship, which is really nothing to do with the goddess energy of being the mother of a new human being. Okay, there's 7.5 billion people on Earth, but there's something unique about you. There's something unique about your little baby, and that has to be acknowledged and recognized. And it's like, okay, with the Four of Cups, hold on. So with the Four of Cups, you might be thinking like, oh, I wish I could have done it another way with another person at another time, and I had more money, or I was more beautiful, or I had a more stable relationship, so everything would just be freaking awesome all the time, and my whole life would just be one amazing Ace of Cups journey. Sadly, it's not. So it looks to me like there's a lot of regret here, but you have to understand also with the Four of Cups, energy flows where attention goes. And so if your problem is that you have a habit of focusing on anything and everything that does not work or did not work or that will never work regarding love and relationships, then guess what happens? That's what you keep getting. Energy flows where attention goes. So instead, if you start to refocus your energy on the things that are good, just focus on the good stuff. Okay, maybe the love life's not perfect. Maybe the communications aren't perfect. Maybe your new little baby isn't perfect. But there's something beautiful going on here. And that's what has to be acknowledged. Let's see, again, regarding communications. How are you going to deal with this? Okay, so with the Eight of Pentacles, my feeling is that it's like, think of it as a work in progress, like an investment. Like, think very, very long term. If you could like take a snapshot of your life right now, okay, I'm PrettyMeika Heartless. I'm the mother. I've got a little newborn baby. I had this boyfriend. My communications suck. I've got issues with finances and issues with like emotional instability. Tarot Lumination is telling me I am a goddess. I have to remind myself constantly that I am a goddess. I just created a miracle. I created a brand new human being with the assistance of this fellow, a certain fellow. And yeah, maybe I have a lot of regrets about how this had happened, or maybe I wish it could have been for someone else or somehow else, but in a way that doesn't matter. Going forward, in terms of your communications in life, to me it feels like it's going to take work, it's going to take commitment, and it's a long-term investment. In other words, you have to look at your life going forward as a long-term investment in your future, for yourself, and for the future of your little children. So, I know this doesn't look like it's anything to do with communications, but I think for any of this to happen in a way that works for you, so that you can actually live your life, so that you're not living at the mercy of the past or of expectations gone wrong, so that you live your life, understand that it is going to be a daily commitment to doing the chores, doing the work that has to be done. And that work includes the work that I talked about earlier regarding communications. Being really, really astute and careful and responsible about communications all day, every day. Making sure that people respect you with their words. And anytime someone disrespects you with their words, you call them out. And that is work. Okay? So in other words, PrettyMeika, you're here at this channel for a certain reason. My feeling is, in a way, I have to tell you, you are not allowed spiritual laziness. It's not allowed. You're on a life path where you're going to have to work. You're going to have to consistently work to make sure that you are investing in yourself, your little kiddies, your little baby, and creating stability in your life, in your world, no matter whether your love life sucks or not. You go forward anyway, knowing, number one, I am a goddess. I just created a brand new baby during a historical time in astrological history for thousands of years. That's me. I did that. No one is going to fuck with me. No one's going to disrespect me. But for that to happen, it means constant vigilance all day, every day, having to basically mind your business. So this is going to sound like I'm trying to be really strict. So Tamika, it sounds like I'm being forced to be very strict, but it's not because I'm trying to hurt you. It's kind of like, it feels to me with the Eight of Pentacles, it's about understanding that this is a lifetime of work, a lifetime of commitment to making sure that you are honored and respected in words, and that you are very conscientious in your words. Okay? And it has to show as evidence. You can't just go to bed thinking like, I think I said the right thing. I think I heard the wrong. No, it needs to be in evidence. In other words, if you are disrespected, you have to call it out. And then when somebody deserves respect, you have to give respect. And so on and so on. And when you deserve respect, you need to make sure that that respect is bestowed upon you. Okay? That Eight of Pentacles is work. It's spiritual work. All day, every day, staying on top of things, making sure that nobody disrespects the goddess. Okay? It doesn't mean you have to be rude and nasty or mean to other people. You can do all that in a very gentle, loving way. You can still be a mom. You can still have a boyfriend. You can still do all this stuff. But think of yourself as the goddess and make sure that there is not a day that goes by. Or if there's a day where you have been undermined, disrespected, or just like abused verbally, eventually you're going to have to deal with it. Okay? And it's work. And it's a constant work, constantly investing in yourself through communications. To me, it looks like communications is the portal. It is the medium through which you grow. Okay? Remember all of that stuff. Communications. Remember who, what, when, why, where, and how with your communication. Who are you talking to? What are you saying? How are you saying it? When are you saying it? Where are you saying it? And why? Did I get that right? I don't know. Anyway, who, what, when, why, where, how. Constant vigilance. Okay? Got it. Thank you so much. Okay, Tamika, gotta go. I've got one more reading to do. God bless you. Okay? Thank you for choosing Tarot Illumination.